going to go over two strategies that are very similar to each other. Let's start with the continuation breakout. A continuation breakout is much like the squeeze, just instead of trying to predict which direction the squeeze is going to fire, you're waiting for confirmation and then getting in. Let's go over the steps. First, it works with all stocks. Second, it is more of a day trade or scalp trade, but depends on the time frame of the chart you choose. Third, it is a breakout strategy. Fourth, your edge is a clear plan with confirmation of a clear price level breaking. Fifth, you have a clear stop level being the other side of the continuation channel area. Sixth, it can be done with stocks, options, or even spreads. To find these trades, you could use a 5-minute squeeze indicator on the watch list as explained in the last video. Another way is to look for stocks with high volume. There are endless ways to scan for these, including Thinkorswim, TradeStation, TradingView, or Trade Ideas. This strategy can use the TTM squeeze indicator and can be the exact same setup, but instead of the breakout on the trend, I want to focus on the breakout, either with or without the trend. So first, we need a pattern with either a large move up or down, then a sideways action where it's consolidating. You can use the squeeze to add some kind of conviction of an upcoming move, but what you are really looking for is the next leg up or a break of the pattern. The stock needs to make a clear support and resistance level on the sideways action, giving us some kind of a channel. The entry is on the break of the support or resistance level. You will have to come up with your own area to find support and resistance and your own target. But typically, you find this just by looking at the price action and seeing double tops and double bottoms. Here are a couple examples. In this one, the trade worked perfect for the trend to continue. But on this chart, you can see once the consolidation broke this support area, it gave a nice move against the original morning trend. Really, the only difference of this strategy and the TTM squeeze strategy is you're just waiting for that confirmation of a squeeze firing either up or down. You can also look at the larger time frames to see if they are overbought or oversold. That could maybe indicate that the smaller time frame might be out of steam and ready to reverse, or maybe indicate it has a lot more room in the way of the trend. You might notice that there are even more patterns that can use the same type of strategy, like a flag with a pennant. You can review any of the patterns in the pattern section that have a consolidation phase. Next is another breakout pattern called the opening range. Much like the last strategy, this is a strategy based on mostly patterns, but this one is a bit more specific. So let's go over the 7 steps. First, it can apply to all stocks, but is often used with momentum stocks. Second, it is a day or scalp trade type of pattern. Third, it is for breakouts. The goal is to catch the beginning of a trend and ride it for a big portion of the day. Fourth, your edge is mostly a good risk-reward ratio and likely stocks with heavy volume and momentum. Fifth, your exit plan would have a stop close to the breakout level that you enter on. Sixth, you would probably want to be doing this with stocks as they are just a little more liquid than options and faster at getting in and out. But you can do options and option spreads. Seventh, in order for you to find these trades, Trade Ideas is probably one of the best scanners on finding the top momentum stocks, in my opinion. Otherwise, take a look at the gappers and biggest overnight moves using Thinkorswim, Webull, or something like TradingView. Let's take a look at some examples. The setup is called opening day range because a trader is looking at the range the stock makes in the first 5, 10, or 15 minutes of the market open. The opening range is traded pretty much the exact same way as a typical channel. You're looking for the confirmation of the breakout or breakdown of the opening range. then you want that trend to continue. This can be very powerful with gappers. Look at these two examples, where the opening range helped decide if the stock was going to fill the gap or not. Remember, a lot of gaps do get filled eventually, so it might happen on the day of the gap. You can see once it broke this level, it did indeed fill the gap down. On this one, you can see it failed to find buyers and just trended down all day. The opening range gave clear indication in both of these charts. Something else worth mentioning is a trader would possibly use VWAP or the other side of the opening range or another indicator for their stop or exit. They will also typically look for the stock to hold the breakout level, which would be either the 15-minute high of the day or 15-minute low of the day. There are a lot of other factors that may go into this day trading setup that I would consider bonuses to the setup. One major thing is if it has more than normal volume, indicating that it has a lot of interest. This typically happens with the smaller cap stocks and with a gap, either up or down. My warning for this strategy is it can give false breakouts or breakdowns. This day trading strategy will take a lot of testing and will work mostly on the momentum stocks and gappers. Be aware that the patterns usually won't work just by themselves and can easily give false signals. Make sure to test out the patterns and maybe use them with other strategies and indicators like volume. Let me know if you have any questions with this strategy, and I'll see you in the next video.